Hey y'all, what's going on? It's Kel with Plot Blaster. Man, what I got to show y'all today, I'm more excited about than I probably was when we came out with the original Plot Blaster in the main unit. It's an accessory. I feel like everybody can use it and everybody can like it. And even if you're not using the Plot Blaster and spraying in the woods or just spot spraying around your yard, you can add this to your tank that you already have and have a lot better product, we feel like. So let me show you this. It's called our tank mounts. And it's just a simple, flat, small piece of aluminum. They'll come in pairs. What you'll get whenever you order these is a pair of these and a set of nuts and bolts. All of these tanks that you buy um, they're a blow molded tank and they have a nut cert in the bottom of them. And what you'll do is you'll bolt these to the bottom of your tank. And whenever you put it in your truck or your buggy or anything you got with a tailgate and a bed, these tabs here, fit down in between the tailgate and the bed, and whenever you close the tailgate, it locks your tank in place. No more sloshing, sliding, banging around, breaking your pump, breaking your pressure gauge off, whatever the case may be. Once you shut that, it's there. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. We've got them. Where they're universal, they'll fit on any tank that has those bolt holes in the bottom of them. I've got one in the buggy here. There are some buggies that may have more of like a hinged tailgate where the plastic is hinged together. You'll want to look at it and make sure you got a little crack. We put it in several pickup trucks and buggies and stuff like that. And you'll look at it and think, man, it's not going to fit in there. It doesn't have a crack. And once you set it up on top of it, it'll kind of ride high. And then whenever you close the tailgate, it falls right into place. Show you some more up close stuff of that in a second. We built them where they got eyelets on each end. You can put a ratchet strap around them. We'll have some ratchet straps for our logo and stuff available on the website pretty shortly. I have found that with a bigger tank like this, they may help, but they're not necessary. We've been testing it without them. Water's pretty heavy, so if you are running a 40-gallon tank or bigger, you may want to consider using them. But the smaller tanks, it's absolutely not required. And what you will find too with a smaller tank, we had to build these a pretty thin gauge, and you can't put anything on the bottom or it won't rest right in the corner of that bed and allow your tailgate to come up. So what we found with the smaller ones is that you're going to have a little bit of hangover. And if you were to put a ratchet strap on this, it'll probably bend before it gets tight. But man, it's so secure. The rubber washers and the bolts in the bottom of this stuff, it's just not going to go anywhere. I'm going to move the tank a little closer, the camera a little closer to this tank, and show you me putting them on this tank and what the installation would look like. Again, it's really simple, really easy, lightweight. You can leave that on the tank all the time. Take it in and out of your buggy. You don't have to keep up with straps. You don't have to keep up with anything. And even if you are using the straps, you can leave them on there all the time. Take it in and out, and whenever you put it in your buggy or your truck, it's just going to be set in place. So I hope you enjoy them as much as we think you will. It's anything to make it job a little easier is what we're all about. It's corrosion resistant product, just like everything else, made out of marine grade aluminum. Let me show you real quick how to put one on. All right, I'm gonna show you real quick how to put a set of tank mounts on a 25-gallon Femco tank, is what I'm using here today with that one. We're gonna take this one out. Again, you can just leave them installed all the time. They're not gonna get in your way. I did not think to grab a tape measure, and that does make this process a little bit easier. But what you're going to do is have your tank empty, flip it completely upside down. You'll see the holes here where your bolts will go. You'll get a baggie in your package that has 4 stainless steel bolts, 4 stainless steel washers, and some rubber washers. You're going to put those rubber washers on both sides of the tank. So the easiest way to do this, starting this, is to just go ahead and lay 2 rubber washers on top of those bolt holes. Grab your 2 bolts, 2 washers, and one of the tank mounts. Flip it upside down, in whichever direction you want the tank to be closest to the tailgate. On this particular tank, I like the pump to be facing the front of the buggy. So you lay another rubber washer, have one on both sides of the tank mount. Then you'll lay your metal washer, stainless washer, and you'll get your bolt started. Be careful here because that is a plastic insert and you don't want to strip it. Just hand tighten it. Don't get it too snug because we're going to want to be able to slide this to get them even. And y'all, that's really about all there is to it. You're going to repeat this process on the other side. But it is going to be a lot handier for you to have a tape measure because you can measure from the center of this bolt to the edge of this cutout right here. And that way you'll be able to have them both even right off the rip. The last thing you want is those to be uneven, and then whenever you go to close your tailgate, they're trying to sit in there sideways and it just won't work. So you want to mount it on there even. It really doesn't take a ton of time. Make sure you got it oriented the right way. Make sure that you put your rubber washer between your tank and the mount. Set those up there where they should be. Lay your tank mount on top and repeat that process for this side. Once you get them, also don't want to forget your metal washer. Y'all think I do okay with these videos, but they mess me up more than you think they do. Once you get that one started, that's when you'd want to grab your tape measure, get them both kind of set the same way and tighten them up completely. I hope I've done this where you can see it decent, but man, it's so self-explanatory. It's so simple and so easy. And it really is just something that almost anybody can use. So I'm gonna kind of eyeball that and get it close, but man, it's a lot easier if I'd remembered to grab a tape measure in order to have one in that toolbox. But I got it out so I could use it and show y'all and left it up yonder. Once you get those done, take your wrench. You're gonna need a 1/2 inch wrench and tighten those down. Get them relatively snug. You'll start to see those rubber washers press completely down, and get them good and tight. You don't want to over tighten them and strip out your nut, sir, but you do want to kind of smash those rubber washers. That's going to give it a firm grip. All right, that's all there is to it. That's something you can leave on your tank all the time. It doesn't weigh anything. It's really lightweight, really thin, really easy. And then once you put that up there and close it in your tailgate, it ain't going nowhere. We got guys that are using these things that are checking boll weevil traps and going around fields and spraying around them. They keep them in their truck all day, every day. They're riding them around 25-gallon tanks. I mean, once you fill that with water, even if it's not full of water, it's just not going anywhere. Once you close that tailgate, I mean, it's really secure at that point. So hope y'all can use them. Hope you like them. Add them to your cart. They'll be available on the website here in a couple of weeks. Not 100% sure what the price point's going to be, but they're really affordable.